Alright, so I am back from vacation, and it's time to dive back into fan casting, back into entertaining you guys with some fun fan casting that I think you'll like this one. I hopefully you'll like this one. So the Loki TV series has ended, and we got some awesome content. We got Kang, we got all kinds of fun stuff coming down the pipeline, but it sparked an idea. You know, who else could play Loki besides Tom Hiddleston? And yeah, I too don't want anyone else to play Loki, but you know, it's a challenge. It's a challenge that I accept, and it's a challenge that hopefully I did a good job at. And without further ado, here's my fan cast for Loki. Sorry, there was dust on the lens. Welcome back to another episode of Nerd News, guys. It is your host, Chris Chavis, a show created for nerds by a nerd. And as I mentioned, it's been some time. I had a little break, a little family getaway, traveled a bunch of places, had a wonderful time, and I'm back now. And when thinking of a new episode for this, you know, after the Loki series ended, it was one of those things where I wanted to see more. And the fact that we're going to have a season 2 gave me that relief of like, okay, finally, we're going to see a little bit more to this amazing little story that they built up. And when we first met Loki in the MCU, he was our favorite villain. We just absolutely loved the God of Mischief, am I right? And Tom Hiddleston is like Hugh Jackman. We can't see anyone else playing that character. He just brings a lot to that role. But it's fun. It's fun to do these challenges of these roles that we really enjoy, and just to see who else I can pull in and possibly do a good job as well in being the God of Mischief. I mean, being mischievous is really fun. I'll play Loki. Let's do this. So to start this list, there are only 3 actors. That's right. Only 3 actors. I don't know why I do it secondhand. Only 3 actors that are going to be on this list because these are the only 3 actors that really, I think, could do a good job. And to start it off is an actor who has been everywhere. And his filmography includes Tron Legacy, Frost Nixon, which is a fantastic film if you haven't seen it, Passengers, and a very, very good show in Good Omens. And we're talking about actor Michael Sheen. Now, Michael is a crazy versatile actor. His dramatic chops are great. Frost Nixon is a good example of that. I mean, you feel everything that character is going through, and that amazing interview that he has with Nixon. It's fantastic. But what got my gears turning when it came to Michael was his portrayal of Zeus in Tron Legacy. Sorry, Castor/Zeus. But his take in that movie was so much fun. He had his cane. He was playing around with it. He was very playful and mischievous, and he was very conniving, and he knew what things to say and what things not to say, and he was orchestrating things, you know what I mean? So he really had all the characteristics of Loki in this character, and just pretty much strip everything Tron-wise, put on the Asgard armor, and you got Loki. And Michael has that smile, you know what I mean? That like, really, I trust you, but I don't kind of trust you kind of smile. Tom Hiddleston has that. Obviously, we're going to refer to Tom Hiddleston a lot through this, but Tom Hiddleston has that kind of smile where you want to believe he's a good guy. You want to believe things are going to be different, but they're not. They're always the same, all mischievous Loki. And Michael does bring that air of mystery, of questioning, of always, you know, okay, I'm going to go with you on this mission, but I'm going to keep an eye on you type of thing. But Michael, my dear man, it is time for you to step into the MCU and be potentially another Loki. Since the multiverse is a thing now, he can be a Loki. He can't be, everyone on this list could be Loki. So next up is an actor who is insanely fun to watch in everything that he has been in. And his filmography includes the remake of Fright Night, Jessica Jones. He was also in Good Omens, and of course the show that he is best known for, Doctor Who. That is correct, you are right. You know who the actor was right away, David Tennant. Now, I've used David before in other casting choices because he is a chameleon. This man literally is a chameleon. He has really good dramatic chops. He has really creepy tendencies. I mean, did you see him in Harry Potter? Creepy. And David also has the same formula in you want to trust him, but you don't trust him. You want to believe things are going to be different, but you know they're not going to be different. He has those amazing acting chops. And when I say he's a chameleon, every one of his performances aren't the same. You know what I mean? He has these different tics and tendencies throughout all his characters, but the great thing that he carries throughout all of them is that playfulness, that playful vibe, and that's what Loki needs to have. He needs to be lighthearted, but also, you know, you think he's lighthearted, and then it turns around on you and he stabs you in the back, literally. I mean, him just playing the villain in Jessica Jones is a great audition for him for Loki, because he was a great villain. He can command the screen with his crazy charisma, and it just fits. It fits so well. So David, it's time to get those horns and kind of sharpen them off, because you, my friend, are Loki. And last on my list is an actor who is, I think, even weirder off screen as he is on. You'll know him as soon as I say some of these films that he's been in, but his filmography includes Back to the Future, Willard, and Alice in Wonderland. That's right, we're talking about the man who could also play the Joker in Crispin Glover. Now, when I say Crispin is a strange man, that is an understatement. He's a very odd fella, but he puts out some pretty good characters. I mean, he does his homework. I mean, think about it, from George McFly to Willard. If you haven't seen Willard, he has these rats. It's just, you know what, just Google the trailer. You're welcome. But from George McFly to Willard, there are two completely opposite characters, and he is just weird enough and a little just, what's the word I'm looking for? We're just gonna say unique enough that he can mold the two and make this really a darker version of Loki than the playful side. I mean, I think Crispin could bring a playful, cheeky kind of Loki, but it would take Loki into a little bit of a newer direction in the more, dark and sinister kind of take of that character. And Crispin just has a really unsettling look to him, and that's a good thing. Crispin, if you're watching this, it's a good thing. Yeah, very handsome man. You're the one that you could take home to mama. He's one of those interesting actors that you can't really typecast, because he's like almost the female version of Hella Bonham Carter. You know what I mean? He's just, you can't pinpoint him in a specific genre. He's just this creepy guy that's there, and it's a great new take to bring to Loki, a little bit darker. And I think it's a very intriguing idea to put him into that role and to bring out a darker version of Loki. Something we really haven't seen, and I think it'll be a great version, especially yet again, with the multiverse running amok, it could happen. So Crispin, it's time to leave Marty alone. It's time to leave your rats, wherever you leave them, because you are my Loki. Well guys, that's it for my list. Did you agree with my choices? Let me know in the comments below. And until next time, picture Crispin Glover as Loki, but take all the rats from Willard, all the stuff that happened in Willard, and apply that to Loki. Replace the Chitauri from the New York battle in the first Avengers and replace them with the rats. Netflix, let's talk.